Hello, everybody. It is I. Can we just first of all just get into this real quick? Okay, Mickey Mouse, Disney. It's gonna be so. I have a story time with a glass of wine for you guys, and if you look closely, my ice are balls. I love balls. Yeah, if you watched my last story time, I was doing an unboxing of things that I got from Temu. And one of them, I know, red wine over ice. Just let me live. You know, I let you live. Let me live. In my unboxing, I had got an ice thingy. If you watch my last video, you'll see it. But it makes balls of ice. Okay. So we've got balls of ice. And we've got... we've got straw. So. Also, bear with me if I'm like sniffly, if my voice sounds funny. I have a cold or COVID, who knows? Just kidding, I don't think I have that. But I've been sick for the past few days. I know what you guys are thinking, why are you drinking wine? You should be drinking tea like you were in your last video. You know, the unboxing of the Temu stuff with a glass of tea. You see, I would be drinking more tea right now, but I've already had like 3 cups of tea today. I've already gone through so many cough drops. I just want a nice, refreshing glass of wine. All right. Anyway, so for today's story, we're going to talk about married men. Married men specifically, because for some odd reason, I wonder if I should reposition this light for you guys. Because for some odd reason, hey, for some, you know, it would be smart if like before my video started, I had everything all set up, like lighting and all that, but when am I ever prepared or ready for anything? Never. So yeah, because I'm sick, I haven't been able to go get a haircut. Like, look at this, my hair is so fucking long right now. We're not going back for the man bun. I need my eyebrows done, shape up all around. Just bear with me. Let's just get through the story time. So we're gonna talk about married men specifically, because for some strange reason, the men I want I can't have, and the men who want me I also can't have, because they're married. So let's get into it. So we're gonna talk about 2 different instances. There's been many, like there's so many, like if I had $1 for every guy on Grindr who was like, hey, like married DL guy here, like blah blah blah. If you're hitting me up on Grindr and you're telling me that you're married with a wife and kids at home, or even if you don't have kids but you got a wife at home, like I would never want to do that to a family. I don't even, like, if you have a significant other, even if you're not married, like it's just a boyfriend or a girlfriend, I don't play that, you know. Married with wife and kids, for that reason, I'm out, you know. So, oh my gosh, I just sounded like a shark from Shark Tank, like one of those entrepreneurs. Okay, this lamp situation, I'll show you guys it. It's making me feel like I'm in an interrogation room. So I'm gonna put it upward, and maybe we'll still get good lighting, but not make me feel like I'm being interrogated about married men. Okay. All right. It makes me feel a little better. It does. Sorry, guys. Like I said, battling a cold, but like we got Mickey Mouse. He's cute. So, okay. So the first guy I'm gonna breeze straight through quick with him, because that's how I feel like he came into my life. He came in short and quick. So there's this place I would go to, specifically more so if I was drunk or stoned, for munchies. You go there, you get like a sandwich, maybe some chips, a drink. If you're feeling real frisky, get you some sweets, like sour gummies, or like chocolate, you know. So this place I would go to a lot whenever I was like feeling nice off of whatever extracurricular activities I did that day. And there was this guy who was like pretty new working there. And like, yeah, he looked good, but I didn't really pay him any minds because like, whatever. But he was fine. He was like, he had like nice caramel skin, tattoos, dreads. He even had face tattoos, and I usually don't like, I mean, not that I don't find them attractive. I don't think everyone can rock face. Like, I feel like anyone can get like arm tattoos. Anyone could do like a tattoo on their legs or like their back or something, but like face tattoos, I feel like that's a very risky area to get tattoos, number one. But to be able to pull it off, he did. He was fine. He was fine. Anyways, so whatever. Every time I would go in there, he was always very friendly and nice to me for whatever reason, and I never really thought too much about it until it started getting like over the top. Like, I went there once with my coworker, and she was like, "Was that guy flirting with you?" And I was like, "No." I was like, "Was he?" She's like, "No, babe, he was flirting with you." And I was like, "No, he's just like really nice." She's like, "He was flirting with you. Like, he didn't even fucking take that one look at me." And like, not to make her sound like that or nothing, but she is like a very gorgeous girl. So I don't know, whatever. Anyways, not that means anything, but I guess I don't know. So she was like, "No, he was flirting." I'm very bad at recognizing if people are flirting with me or not, you know what I mean? So I'm like, "Let's see, I don't know." So whatever. So then fast forward to many drunken nights in there, chatting it up with him. Let's fast forward to shortly after my birthday. So my birthday is like a week before, like a week about before New Year's. So now I go into this, I haven't been in this place in a little bit. I go in, it's like maybe like a week after New Year's. And I go over to the, where you order a sandwich on the screen, and he's working behind making the sandwiches. And there's another guy that works there that's also like pretty nice to me, but I don't think nothing of that either. I think it's just because I go there so, or did used to go there so frequently, that like they just know me. So the guy runs up, the other guy, not the delicious dreadhead caramel guy, the other guy, we'll just call him manager because I'm pretty sure he was a manager. The manager runs up and he's like, he says to Mr. Delicious, I'm gonna call him, he's like, "Oh, like how long is the wait, blah blah blah." So I look over and I'm like, because I'm looking around, there's nobody in that bitch. But apparently they had just recently got on Uber Eats and DoorDash, I think. DoorDash, yep. So I guess they had a lot of orders through Uber Eats and DoorDash. So the manager ran over and was like, "How long is the wait?" So I could let him know. And Mr. Delicious looks up, you know, I see his dreads pick up. He look up at me, he goes, "For him, no wait at all." And I'm like, what? So anyways, but me, of course, I'm gonna be like, I'm like, "Oh, like, is there a wait? Like, I'm so, like, my bad." And he's like, "No, no, no, like, you're good, you're good." Like, and that's when the manager explained to me, he's like, "You know, we just got put on Uber Eats and DoorDash, so we have like a lot of orders, but you're good to put in your order." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." So I put my order in. I go get my waters, my Smart Waters with the alkaline, which is a really even alkaline, let's be honest. And I get my chips. I get the Fritos barbecue twist. Put that in your sandwich for a nice crunch. So good. And I don't even like barbecue flavored things. That one might be honey barbecue. I don't know. But anyways, it's good. So I get my so I get my chips and my drink. And so I ordered a 6-inch sub. You could do 6 or 12 there. I just do 6. Like 12 is like too much unless I'm gonna like save some for later. But I like to put like mayo and stuff in it, and then cause it'll be soggy later. So I get my 6-inch and I go and I get my other stuff and I go to the register. So now I'm at the register with the manager, the one who ran up to see how long the wait was, who also is very friendly with me because I used to go there a lot. And oh my gosh, I totally fast forward. After the whole wait thing, and he was like, "For him, no wait." And I was like, "Oh, thank you," like blah blah whatever. I found out they were on Uber Eats. Mr. Delicious says to me, he goes, "It's crazy, you didn't even say Happy New Year's to us." And I'm like, "What?" Mind you, I didn't. But I played it off like I did. I'm like, I did say Happy New Year's. What's crazy is that you didn't say Happy New Year's back to me, and you didn't even wish me a happy birthday. And he was like, oh shit, when was your birthday? And I was like, December 21st. Yeah, you didn't say happy birthday. And he's like, oh shit, my bad. Like, happy belated, whatever. Yeah, okay. So now, because you need to know that part. So now I'm at the register, closing out with the manager. And I go, can I ask you a question? He's like, yeah, what's up? Mind you, I'm drunk to be asking this question because I would never in my life ask this question sober. I go, what's his deal over there? And he's like, what do you mean? And I'm like, like, does he play for my team? Is he into girls? What's his deal? And he's like, oh, he's got a wife and 6 kids at home. First I heard wife. Then I heard not 1, not 2, not 3, but 6. 6 kids at home. I don't know how many team members you need on a baseball team, but I think between him, his wife, and his kids, I think he could start one. Maybe they gotta pop out like 2 more. I don't know. I don't know how it works. I don't do sports. But damn, I'm like, no, this man has not been flirting with me all this time, and he got a wife and kids at home. Sorry, I'm like slamming my phone case on the fucking little table I have in my bed. I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm like, okay, that crushed my soul. So I pay whatever, and I had to go back by Mr. Delicious to go get my sandwich. So I'm back over by the sandwich area, and this man hands me. Now remember when I said I ordered a 6-inch? He hands me a 12-inch sub and goes, here, I made it 12 inches since I missed your birthday. Motherfucker! Don't talk to me like that. Talk to your wife like that. So I just grabbed the sandwich and I'm like, oh, thank you. I appreciate that. All right. Have a good night. It was good seeing you. Don't turn my 6-inch into a 12-inch for missing my birthday when you got a wife and kids at home. So yeah, since then, I actually, ironically, have not seen him. I don't think he works there anymore. Also, I don't go there as frequently as I used to. Not because of that whole situation. I just currently don't have my license at the moment. So, it's not exactly walking distance. So, yeah. But yeah, so whatever. That was the first scenario. So now I'm going to give you the second scenario. Now this one, that one's like a prelude, let's call it. This one's like the real deal. So, this one I'm going to have to give you a little background story too so that you can understand my mind process while the first interaction happened. So, if I'm ever out somewhere and someone says hi to me, and they know me, like they know my name or they know who I am at least. Maybe they don't remember my name, but they know me. And I have no fucking idea who they are. 9 times out of 10, I met them with my sister. So my sister, she's like, she knows a lot of people. You know what I mean? Like any bar or restaurant her and I go to, for the most part, we run into like old friends of hers from high school. Or this one used to date this friend of hers, and this one is this one's cousin, and that one, she just knows a lot of people. We're Sagittariuses, her and I, we're social butterflies. She knows a lot of people. So a lot of times we go out, I end up meeting people that, because they come over to say hi to her, and she's like, oh, this is my brother, and then I meet them, and blah, blah, whatever. But like, if I'm drunk for a lot of those meetings or interactions, I sometimes don't remember them. And I'm actually usually really good at remembering a face, just not the name. But when it comes to, like, if I'm fucked up, I'm not gonna remember your face or your name. Or your face will look familiar, I just won't remember where I saw it, and I won't remember the name behind it. So, yeah, that's just a little backstory for you guys. Because, yeah, there's been a lot of times where people will come up to me and be like, oh, Austin, what's up? And I'm like, hey. And they're like, you don't remember me? And I'm like, you look really familiar. I just don't remember where I met you. And then they're like, your sister, Nicolette. Like, I'm not going to say the name, but the place that she used to work at. Like, blank. Because I used to also go to this restaurant that she bartended at quite frequently to go visit her, you know, show her love, give her money, eat, get drunk. So I would meet a lot of her friends or a lot of her regulars at her job as well. So typically a lot of people that I didn't know their names or who they were, I knew from that location, right? So keep that in mind, because like I said, 9 times out of 10, if I didn't recognize someone, I would name drop my sister or that place, and they'd be like, yeah, that's where we met. Like, you're Nicolette's brother. And I'm like, yes. Right? Other times, though, they'd be like, no, like, I met you at this bar. And I'd be like, oh my gosh, yes, that's right. Like, we were in the bathroom together, and we were talking about, like, aliens. Or I'd be like, oh my gosh, yes, like, you made me take that brain hemorrhage shot with you that the bartender poured too many of. And, like, it was disgusting. You know, like, whatever. But 9 times out of 10, it's with my sister. If not, then, like, it's just me out drunk somewhere. So, there's a supermarket that I used to go to all the time. I still do go there sometimes. But ever since I was put onto Trader Joe's, I am a huge Trader Joe's hoe. But I still have to go to the supermarket for certain things that I just can't get at Trader Joe's. Or certain things that I don't like at Trader Joe's, and that's fine. But I love Trader Joe's. Not sponsored though, but Trader Joe's, if you want to sponsor me, let me know. I could do go grocery shopping with me and like pick out all my faves and like advertise them for you. Let me know, hit me up. But anyways, so I'm at the supermarket that I frequent. I'm walking down the main walkway, not in any aisles, but the main walkway if you were to turn into an aisle. And I glance into this one aisle real quick because I'm not sure if I want something from that aisle. And there's a man there, and he looks at me and he goes, hey, what's up? So immediately I'm like, oh, fuck, who is this person? I must have met him with my sister. He must know my sister. So I was like, hey, like, how you doing? And I walk over, getting ready to, like, go dap him up. And he just looks at me and he's like, can I help you find something? And I'm confused as all ever. And then I look down at his shirt and then I realize he fucking works there. But also, why were you so excited to see me and say, hey, what's up? Like, I get that you work there and you want to help people find things around the store, but you could just normally just be like, hey, do you need help finding anything? This man full on, you would have thought he knew me. I thought he knew me. And that's why I reacted the way I did, because like I said, when people come up to me like that, I don't remember them. I usually met them at a bar, drunk somewhere, whether by myself or not, like I said, 9 times out of 10 with my sister. So I looked down at his shirt, I realized he works there, and then it felt like infinity, but it probably was only like 10 seconds. But when he said, do you need help finding something? In my mind, I was like, okay, this guy's fucking sexy as hell. I made the mistake of thinking we knew each other. Do I tell him that I need help finding something? What do I need help finding? And then I'm like, you know what? I'm at a loss for words. So I just look at him and I go, I'm so sorry. I thought you were someone that I knew. Like, no, I don't need help. Thank you, though. And he's like, oh, okay, like, no problem. Like if you need help with anything, just let me know. And I'm like, okay, thank you. And I immediately fucking walk out of that aisle. And he's another one who was, like, nice, caramel, delicious, but, like, a little mocha in there. Like, he wasn't, like, caramel. He was, like, a little more, like, in between caramel and mocha. If you know what I mean. He was delicious. And his eyes, this man's eyes, like, you know Billie Eilish's song Ocean Eyes? With those ocean eyes. They're like blue. Like, I want to like open his eyelids, stick my feet in and the rest of my body and go for a swim. But at the same time, they're like gray, almost like a thunderstorm, and I love thunderstorms. So it's almost like, kind of like when Ursula got big and tried to kill Ariel and Prince Eric and was like fucking stirring the ocean with the fucking trident, and it was like blue, gray, craziness. That was his eyes. Ugh. To this day. Anyways, so, ooh. Getting me hot and bothered. Mind you, I took a shower. I put Vicks all over my body. So yes, the Vicks has you know how Vicks makes you like tingly and a little whatever. But like, I think I'm actually like, ew. Like, a bitch is actually sweating. And I have my AC on. Like, it's actually not even hot in my room. I know what you guys think. You're sick and you have your AC on. Yeah, I do, because I don't like being hot and sweaty and gross. But like, I guess even with the AC on, I'm still somehow sweating out this cold. But yes. So anyway, so back to this guy. So that was our first time meeting. Mind you, I'm thinking it's going to be like a grocery store love story. Like, me and this man met in a grocery store. We reached for the same broccoli head. I was like, oh my gosh, you can have it. And he was like, no, 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 you can have it. I'm like, are you sure? All the other ones are withered. They're going to give me diarrhea. Like, you can have this one. And he's like, no, 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 you can have this one. And I'm like, break it in half. We can share it. No. So whatever, I go into a different aisle. I go about my day. We lock eyes again before I meet, and he kind of gives me a little smile, and I awkwardly am just like, and run the fuck out of that bitch. And I'm like, oh my god, that was so scary, whatever. And I'm on the phone with my friend the whole time, mind you. And my friend's like, who were you just talking to? And I'm like, I don't know, but he's so hot. A couple of days later, I had to do laundry, and there's a laundromat right by that supermarket, and that's actually my go-to laundromat, or at least was. Like I said, I'm currently without a driver's license, so now I have to go to this laundromat by my house. I have to walk there. But anyways, I would always go to this laundromat, and every time I did laundry, I would do my grocery shopping too. Like, kill two birds with one stone. I would take one of my days off from work, do my laundry, do my grocery shopping, go home, cook, whatever, put my laundry away, all that. So a couple days later, I was doing laundry. So I was like on the phone with my friend again. And I was like, I'm going back into the store. Like, what if I run into that guy again? And he's like, what if? I was like, I don't know. Like, it was so weird. I'm going to get nervous. Like, I know I'm going to get nervous and like drop an apple or something. And he's like, shut the fuck up, just go. So whatever, I go in, and like literally every single time since that first interaction we had, every time I went into that store, every single time he was always like, hey, how are you, how you been, or hey, welcome back, or hey, can I help you find anything today, or hey, like, what's new with you? Like, always trying to have a conversation with me. And I'm so awkward that I never really knew how to have a conversation back. So I would say stupid things like, I've been good. Same shit, different day. I'm great. How are you? Like, never knew how to respond. I'm just awkward. I don't know how to... It's funny. I'm like a social butterfly. But if you're attractive and you make me nervous, and I don't know what to say to you, and I'm probably not going to say too much of anything to you. So... fast forward, I have this coworker. She is, I'm not even gonna call her my coworker. She's one of my besties. I fucking love her so much. And it's so funny because she's actually my mother and my aunt's age. She grew up with my aunts. She was friends with my aunts. And we discovered that through working together. Like, once we spoke more about like my family, her family, that's when she was like, holy shit, are you so-and-so's nephew? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, I grew up with your aunts, what the fuck? But this woman, and this has actually happened to me at any job I've ever had. Like, literally every single job I've had, I always I do obviously make friends with my coworkers that are my age, but I always feel like I build better, stronger friendships with the I don't want to say older because I don't want to offend individuals who are older, but you know, more years upon mine. Um, I always form better friendships with coworkers that are in their like 40s, 50s, 60s. Um, so whatever. I'm 25, she's 50, so she's literally like twice my age, but I fucking love her. She's I tell her everything. Like, I go to her for advice. I know if I'm ever in a pickle, like, I can go to her, she'll help me. And she, even without me asking, she always is looking out for me. She's always like, any opportunity she sees that she thinks could benefit me or help me in any way, shape, or form, she always reaches out and is like, yo, like, da da da. Like, for example, recently one of her friends had a birthday party, and well, one of her friends were throwing their husband a birthday party and wanted like people to work it and like clean up and stuff. And like, I mostly bartend, I do serve. I don't really, I mean, when you're serving, you're bussing too, whatever. So the lady already had two bartenders. But when she told my friend that she needed people just to like walk around and clean up, she told me, and I was like, I'm down. So her, myself, and one other girl that we work with at my job that I'm also really cool with, we all went and worked at the party together, and it was a fucking blast. But anyways, now I'm getting off topic. So I tell her everything. So I'm telling her about Supermarket Bay, right? And she's like, I don't know, Austin. She's like, I gotta find you the right guy. She's like, I gotta go see what this guy looks like. I gotta go check him out. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, well, I actually have to go pick up a couple things because my sister was making a Greek salad and she needed tomatoes and feta. I forgot what my sister made that night, but she made a couple things and she was making a salad to go with like the rest of the dinner. So she texted me and was like, hey, like, on your way home, can you pick up some feta cheese and tomatoes for this Greek salad that I'm making? So I was like, I'm gonna go to that supermarket where my Supermarket Bay works. And my coworker, my homegirl, she was like, I'm coming. I want to see what this guy looks like and see if I approve of him for you. She's very much like my work mother, but also just like a really good friend of mine that I appreciate and love so much. And like, it's really cool that she grew up being friends with my aunts, and like now like I'm sure like yeah, she's still cool with my aunts and stuff, but like, how often do they talk, you know what I mean? So like, now she's like cool with me, whatever. She's just like, she's been in the family for years, whatever. Even my grandma knows her. So whatever, I love and adore her. So her and I go to the supermarket, and the second we walk in, he says, hey, how are you? And I'm like, I'm good, how are you? And she looks at me and she goes, that's him, isn't it? And I'm like, how do you know? And she goes, because I know your type. She goes, he's cute. She's like, okay, he's cute. She goes, I'm going to find out if he's gay. And I said, no. I said, please do not go over there and ask that man if he's gay. Please don't embarrass me. He just saw me walk in with you. Don't do that. She goes, no, I'm not going to ask him. I'm going to ask someone else that works here. And I was like, what? I said, no. I said, you do not leave my side. You don't go anywhere. No. I said, no. So I grabbed the tomatoes. I grabbed the feta. I grabbed some like almond milk. No, oat milk and like other things I needed for myself. And then I go to self-checkout. And self-checkout is right next to customer service and also next to this one random like express lane. So she goes to the express lane because she also grabbed something. I forgot what she grabbed, but she grabbed something. And the girl that was working express lane, I see her and the girl talking. And oh my gosh, it's actually perfect that I wore this shirt. That day I found, so it's a grocery store, but they also have like cute like kitchen appliances and stuff. And in the kitchen appliance section, I found a bowl that is a Mickey Mouse bowl, and it comes with 2 Mickey Mouse chopsticks. It's for like, you know, like ramen or like whatever you would use fucking chopsticks for, I guess. Well, no, it's a deep bowl. It's definitely for like ramen noodles, like for soup. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm totally getting this because I'm always eating like Ani ramen or whatever. Like I love ramen. So I'm checking out at self-checkout, mind you. So this manager has, I mean, he could be looking at self-checkout just to make sure no one's stealing. He purposely comes over by me and sees that I'm purchasing the Mickey Mouse bowl with the Mickey Mouse chopsticks. And he goes, oh, you know how to eat with chopsticks? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, oh, how did you learn? And I was like, I don't know. Like I go to this place called Ani Ramen a lot in Montclair. And yeah, I just eat like a lot of different like Asian cuisine, like foods where like they typically give you chopsticks over like your typical fork or spoon, whatever, silverware. Like I just kind of like just learned like, and he's like, yeah, like one time I went to this hibachi spot with my friends where they give you chopsticks, and my friends were making fun of me because I didn't know how to eat with the chopsticks, and they had to actually put rubber bands on my chopsticks. And I was like, oh, and like we kind of like shared like an awkward laugh together. I was like, well, you know, you could watch like a YouTube video on like how to use chopsticks. And he's like, you know what? Like I never thought of that. Like, thank you. And I'm like, yeah, you're welcome. Mind you, while we're having this conversation, I can see from my fucking peripheral vision that my friend is talking to the cashier at the express lane that she checked out at. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know what she's saying, but I want to hurry up with this transaction and get the fuck out of the store. But he's asking me about fucking chopsticks. But also, who just randomly asks a customer how they know how to use chopsticks? You know? So anyways. So, yeah, he's like, yeah, my friends were making fun of me. I didn't know how to use the chopsticks. They had to give me rubber bands, which I didn't even know they did that. But I guess that makes sense, right? They put rubber bands on the end and, you know. Yeah, that makes sense. But anyways, so we get out the store. And I'm like, bitch. I'm like, Maria, what the fuck did you say to that lady? And she's like, no, I just asked her, like, what's his deal? I said, what do you mean? She goes, I was like, that's so obvious. Like, you made it look like you're asking for me. She goes, no. She goes, no, I played it real cool. I said, I had a question for you. What's that guy's deal right there? You know, a lot of people are starting to ask about him. He's real friendly. Who's a lot of people? This is your first time in this supermarket since it used to be an A&P. You told me that you haven't been here in years since you used to live in the area or closer to the area back when it used to be A&P. And it hasn't been an A&P for like at least a decade. This is because when we were going, she was like, oh, where the A&P used to be 10, 12 years ago. And I'm like, yeah. So you haven't been here since it was A&P. So you don't even know the guy. And who's people that are starting to ask questions? But she said to this lady that was working the register, she goes, what's his deal? You know, people are starting to ask. He's real friendly with the customers. And she goes, oh, he's married with 3 kids at home. I want to get him a t-shirt that says, I'm married. Another one that's married. This time not with 6, but with 3. But like, why are they always married? I just don't understand it. What is it with married men that like feel the need to give me so much attention? Because single men don't give me this attention. Gay men on Grindr don't really give me this attention. I barely even get hit-ups on there. I don't even know why I'm still on. Married men give me all this fucking attention. What is it? Do I have written on my head, I'll sleep with a married man? I don't get it. So that just crushed my soul. And ironically, too, after that, it's almost like after I find out they're married, they no longer work there. Because shortly after that, I have not seen him there since. Like, before I got my license suspended, I had been there a few times, hadn't seen him. Even past my license being suspended. Like, if my sister and I go do laundry and grocery shopping together, we'll go there. And I haven't seen him. He definitely doesn't work there anymore. So both married men that, again, I'm not good at being able to notice if I'm being hit on or flirted with. I don't even really know how to flirt. Which is funny, though, too, because I'm like a Sagittarius and we're known for like being flirtatious. And people tell me all the time that I'm very flirty. But I don't see it as being flirty. I just see it as like being myself. But I guess like, I don't know. So I guess as a flirtatious spirit, I don't even notice when I'm being flirted on. But like, these two men that were so delicious, the both of them, both disappeared shortly after I found out they were married. Did they even exist? Was it all in my head? No, I'm kidding. It wasn't all in my head because my sister saw the dreadhead from Quick Check. Ooh, I just name dropped the place. Whatever. He don't work there anymore. I guess it don't matter. The dreadhead, the caramel delicious tatted dreadhead from Quick Check. My sister saw him too. Saw how he interacted with me. And then Mr. Delicious, the other delicious guy that I never got his name or nothing, from the supermarket, my coworker saw. So it's not like in my head. These are real things that happen. But it's just like, what is it about married men? Like, whether it's on Grindr, Scruff, Tinder, the supermarket, Quick Check, married men always kick it to me or slide in my DMs. But like, where's the single available men? That's what I'm more inclined or interested in. Inclined to or interested in. Where the fuck are you guys? You know? Oh my gosh, did we really just go through a bottle on this story time of a glass with a glass of wine? I guess it was quite a few glasses of wine. I mean, this is a small bottle. It's only 750 milliliters. Right? And I technically didn't finish it yet. So I still have time to drink some water. Take an edible. I think I'll actually take it. Oh wait, can you even do that on camera? I don't think you can take an edible on camera. I mean, it's legal now, isn't it? I don't know. I'm gonna eat this edible off camera. But anyways, it was nice chatting with you guys and telling you all about my fucking married men dilemma. And you know what? If anyone could, in the comments, maybe verify this. Is it like a thing for gay men? Is it like a thing where married men hit on us or want us? Like, is there something that they may possibly feel is missing from their marriage that they decide to come look for in us? Like, is that a thing? Because, sorry, it's been many married men on Grindr, and then the one guy in Quick Check, and the one guy in the supermarket. So I'm just confused. What is it about married men that, oh my gosh, ew, there goes the sweat again. This cold is really kicking my ass. It's like no matter how much air conditioner. Anyways, All right, guys. Mwah. Thanks for coming and listening to the story time and a glass of wine. I hope you all have. Sorry, the candy that I'm eating got stuck to my teeth for a second. Yeah, thanks for listening about marry men. Marry men. Sorry, no, that's not even how it goes, isn't it? Many men. Anyways, bye y'all.